So take a look at the twists that I have, just threw up in here. Look like crazy worms, don't they? Well, I was watching Avatar, The Legend of Korra. Avatar is by far one of the best animes to ever come out, next to Dragon Ball Z, of course, in its series. So as I was tuning in, I was just going in on each one. As a matter of fact, it was locking up. I got some self locking happening. You know, free forming was happening, but I went ahead and I took some apart and I just started twisting it. Now I can't half and half it because if I do, it's gonna look real crazy. However, I don't know what to do with this. The day is just gonna go by, and so is the night. And then I'm just gonna let it do what it do, man. And who knows? I may just free it up myself and do some detangling. Go to a professional. Let the ladies, sisters hook me up. Cause of course I ain't letting no guy go in my hair. I don't care how nice a guy is. Anyway, so I said, let me just come out and just throw another video out real quick just to talk on a few things because apparently I could kind of like, I've been gauging some of the energies that's been going around. And, people are affiliated with this movement and that movement. They got this belief, that belief, different religious groups. And I think I feel like I'm facing what I'm facing because I declared myself and my name, and I'm going to touch on that too, which is Leo Azera. And I have declared myself to be a universal being. And I still hold that true to my heart. And that's who I am. I'm a universal being. And so now, as I think about it, rather than just trying to make it sound cool and prominent, I had to sit myself down and think, being such a person, a soul, will demand a lot from me, being that I am looking to excel within the world, no matter where I go, right? So, and I think there's another word that's associated with such a being who's been grasping uh, knowledge and information from uh, each religious practice, group, uh, you know, uh, there's another word that starts with an S. Oh Lord, it slips my mind at the time. However, I'm sure you can grasp what I'm saying. There's much of a demand when you want to be a universal being, right? However, I don't feel there's any compulsory for me to appease these different groups or ethnicities of people. I think the best thing is for us to do is just to be our best. What's that saying out there? Become the best version of yourself. For some, it may take longer than others. Of course, that's just the way life goes. But I see it like this. I'm gonna continue to be patient in my walk, and I'm gonna move at the speed that I feel is appropriate for me. I could feel that there has been somewhat of a calling for me to make some kind of declaration and to speak on things. Just pull any one of these stanchions, hon. Just pull any one of them up and just move on out. Cause that one is closed over there too. Yeah, these things are like Lego toys. It's easy to move. However, back to the video. So I'll continue to reap knowledge. And what I guess what I would have to say is I've been looking for direct communication verbally because I know there's a continual exercise of nonverbal communication in which we ought to perfect, right? All right, fine. But I'm not going to be forced to try to validate myself or what I have learned to anyone that's trying to impose. And I said that because I could feel the energy of people, and I just feel it within myself where it's like, yo, go ahead and speak on something. Go ahead and drop this or drop that. All right, because I could see the test that's going on out here is a constant thing amongst men and women. Hold on one second. How you doing there, brother? I gotta get out of here.
No, 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 no.
All right,
You're good.
all right. Thanks a lot. So you know, like I said, sometimes I want to hear from people too, directly. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be going down like this, where just because I may have a hunch, that I'm gonna go ahead and just speak on things because I get tired of, like I said before, I get tired of talking. But I know one thing: I ain't gonna be worn out by no LGBT. Let me tell y'all something. If anybody got any questions or concerns to think that I'm gonna back down from what I feel and how I feel towards just not that movement alone, but life in general, you must be bugging. Trust me. And in fact, if it may seem that way, it's because I'm not gonna lie, I do feel heartbroken. There's times where I feel or have felt dismayed, but I haven't given into despair. And the reason why I feel like that is because, like, yo, I put it out there and I say what I say, and it's like, ain't nobody trying to holler at me in such regards. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody trying to be clear as to where we stand, or even try to be like, yo, brother, what you said is, because I know people is let me try to be as concise yet forward and bold. Because first of all, I can see how fear is moving a lot of things and people. And one of the biggest fears, whether you're a celebrity or you're at a job in which you may have went to school to get a degree for, which is actually a career, and you're making X amount of money. And if you speak out against certain things, hint, hint, LGBT, gay and lesbians, that you feel that you will be withdrawn from these positions you hold, funding that you receive. And so now you put money over what we got to do as tribal brothers and sisters, men and women. Many people have lost their connection. And don't just blame white people. It's just not entirely their fault, although they damn sure got a part to play. But as I said before, they didn't drop out the sky. I gave I gave it up and spoke on some like, yo, I'm I guess I gotta get like some kind of hall and just bring people in some kind of auditorium, or gotta go out there with a picket sign or whatever. But I feel in some way like all of that is played out, and that's exactly what the devil wanted. That's what the devil been doing for all these years. Me getting a loudspeaker and talking out there, it really ain't gonna do much, especially being by myself. Now, the reason why I say the devil is very clever because the devil knows the time, always knew the time. And so now that we are in the thick of it, where there's much of a calling for us to get right, people already have become desensitized, compromised, still docile, and just like, yo, I'm going with the flow. It is what it is. It's a YOLO thing. We all over here. And so now where does that leave me? In addition to a sprinkling of others who may still walk within the spirit, to be like, yo, where there's a bit of hesitance to go all out and berserk because of why? We have family and friends that's wrapped up in them lifestyles who partake, compromise, and dabbling and indulging heavy. Not only that, matter of fact, I go to say this, that as long as you in there like that, you're gonna lose your connection, man. A lot of people already have been condemned, but I would like to say this too, because I think a lot of people gave up and think that yo, that's it. I can no longer be redeemed. There's no deliverance for me. Yada yada yada. A lot of us is caught up in this material world, in this three-dimensional world. We want to see pretty skin, nice teeth. We want to see all of that to say, hey, that's a very nice brother and sister. Look how they take care of themselves. Well, I'm gonna tell you, son, it's not just in movies. They got some people out there with nice skin, teeth, and all of that, and inside they very, very disgusting people. Trust me, trust me. They got some well nutritioned prostitutes out there that know how to dress and keep themselves fine. You hear me? That's out there caught up in debauchery. And we all know what that sexual energy does. They out there mingling with this and that person, and because they got medication to get healed from what they make, uh, from what they may contract, they say, yo, listen, I got a doctor. He or she knows what to prescribe for me to knock this right out, da 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 da. And they dabbling and they moving. What it is, that's them. I don't look, like I said before, I don't wish bad on nobody. Then again, why do I need to do that? It's too late. We already in it. You know what I'm saying? However, I could also see where we had brothers and sisters of renown, as I spoke about in the past, who spoke more fluidly than me. We still have some that's alive today, right? We even have some of you guys who may be tuning into this who have graduated, can speak grammatically correct and very fluidly and whatnot. Your vocab may be far more vast than mine, where you speak with excellent diction within your rhetoric, right? Things that, okay, you picked up, and here we are exercising it. But we're exercising it for what? For them dark forces or that of the light? Now we talk about balance, but can't we see the imbalance? If you can't see the imbalance, that's because you caught up and you just looking for your next check. You're looking for that next paper bag. I don't think y'all. You know what? This is how I know we out of balance. A lot of y'all can't even spell heritage or even know what heritage mean, which encapsulates excuse me, our art form, music, which is a big one, and which we could take back to the ancient of days where acoustic instruments were being used. And one of the biggest ones for Africa is the drum. Can't nobody rock a bass line and hit that drum like we do. And that drum, that do do do, is what? It's the heartbeat of Africa. Nevertheless, I could see where the people really need, because I'm not trying to diss anyone out there, because I really, if it may come off that way, it, that's not it. It's just that I think what happens is I get passionate and then it start to raise up in me to the point where that evil spirit that's in you, which is comes in many forms. In fact, ignorance is a form of the devil, and we are all quite ignorant to a few things because nobody knows everything. So we all have our job here to do. Yo, I could feel that in my bones, man. I could see there's a yo. I've actually been put on the bait. I asked to meet with certain people. I prayed on things and haven't got it yet, y'all. And what y'all saying, yo, there's something you're not doing right, bro. Yo, you're not with the right circles, this and that. I'm telling y'all, we being fooled. We being fooled. We think it's pretty, black people, and we like to boast on being black. I'm not with all that. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing, but as far as I'm concerned, me stepping into adulthood and seeing what's been happening through my family with my awakening, what's been happening in my family and shit, I could say it through it because the family tree will continue to spread, right? Everybody goes on. All my siblings and all your siblings went on, got their families, da 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 da. No doubt. Shit, we all on this earth together, so we all have some battles. Cause whether I got $1 trillion and my brothers and sisters don't got it like me, because of what they're going through, I will feel not only obligated, but I'm gonna feel some of that pain too. Every time I even think of he or she, you feel me? And this just is something that's what's happening within and ought to be amplified within human nature. Look, man, I kind of feel like I gotta go A, B, C, D, E, F, G and get real basic on things. And it's like, whew. Anyway, I don't want to get too lost and mixed up and scrambled in what I'm trying to deliver here. So I know that I guess there's not much of an appeal to the way that I present myself and how I'm fashioned this particular moment. In addition to, and this is something that I could really feel within myself, my level of priority and priority and being a man of principles, strictly to be a fortified disciple of the what I would like to call the universal God force. Because I think a lot of people really got me misconstrued out here because they don't know my story, and I put that on me. I could have, I felt like I could have completed a book by now about me, and not just try to put together that poetry book in which I still have the chapters. Is It will be a very thin book, but I like what I wrote, and it came from here. It's just that I'm having a hard time with publishing, and I think the way that I have it fashioned, which is very unconventional because it's like a freestyle, because anybody can do it, like write out how you feel and get lyrical with it, and then want to put it out to the world, and then dropping the videos, yada yada yada. But there are demands from these publishing companies because they got their rep on the line and they want to keep certain things in order. Hey, what could I say, man? I'm gonna continue to do what I do. Um, but yeah, this I am noticing more and more the complexities of what we are dealing with, and I can really see that due to the imbalance, there's much more fear than faith. Trust me. A lot of people say they got faith, they got faith, they got faith. Well, I will go ahead and say if that's the case, then I think we need to find a way to articulate that, to really put it out there as to what we have faith in. We can hashtag it, make it go viral. We can put it. We can start up with some apparel, right? And just come up with some kind of agenda to validate and to show, okay, what is it that we have? What is it that we have faith in? And due to the law of opposites, I think, in addition to fervent prayer, as I said before in another video about confiding in someone, right? Confessions. I don't even think we practice that anymore. I know a lot of people don't. Um, we can do that too, as to where we can confess our fears. Or what is it that we're extremely caution of? You may not have to do that, in public. You can confide in someone or some people, especially that you're looking to build a long-lasting relationship with, and just go from there. Because that'll serve to be, I believe, the best grounds to build upon. You know. Now, as I say that, I know that I got trust issues, and it's not easy for me to just want to be like, hey, look, how you doing, and this, that, and the third. I have a lot of anger in me. I'm not gonna lie. I do have a way of withholding, and in addition to a lot of these stupid tests I see out here, excuse me, which I guess I have to talk about from time to time, just to let it on out. You know what I mean? Being at the, no matter where I go, I can hear it in the, like for instance, today when I got up, this lady gonna talk about, is this air train going to Lefferts train station? Like, come on, lady, you know that you're on the Howard Beach, and a lot of Jewish people like to do this too. Like, and I be telling these young brothers, man, I got these jobs, like I said it out loud today. I'm like, yo, man, you don't gotta answer her and tell her. A dude that worked on a platform. Now, some people say I could have mind my business. Nah, Spirit at that time told me to speak up because I'm getting tired of seeing it, man. Because I've said it before. And they ought to know what's up too. Like, yo, come on, man. She know what they know what they doing, and they know where they're going. You know, it just came to me as confirmation to how I feel and what I know. In regards of, yo, people feel like they're gonna lose their. All right, I'll give you another example of how people gonna fear losing their little jobs, man. And how I know money is a powerful thing that got a lot of people on lockdown. There's two shops located next to each other on the first floor in Terminal 1. You can buy a bagel here or you can buy a bagel there. I ain't gonna name the shop for the sake of for whatever reasons, right? Okay. However, shop number 1, I like to go there because they got a better deal. Toaster is out. I wanted to use the toaster, which is only about 15 feet away. They're 15 feet away in distance. They could clearly look at each other and the people that's purchasing and yada yada yada. I wanted to take the bagel over to the spot that where their toaster was working, and it wasn't even loaded with people at all. And here comes the, oh no, I'm sorry, I can't, or if I do it, I may get in trouble. All this little, hey yo, if you got to fear for your job, to put a bagel in a toaster that did not come from your company yet is right across, which means you're in the same food concourse area. Y'all know each other, and I know it's not just a matter of knowing each other. It's all about, you know, the laws and the rules and regulations. But come on. I got some resistance and I asked nicely, smile and everything, genuinely. I said, hey, over there that they don't have the toaster is down. Can you please toast this for me? And here come, I could feel it roll. I felt the tension. I felt the eeriness. And I'm like, and in my head, I said, yo, this is sad, man. This is why I'm always trying to remind these youngsters, like, yo, when you're working at a job, you work with the job, not for the job. Shift your perception. Study employee handbook that they give out to everybody when you get hired. Know your rights and exercise them. If you're gonna be, first of all, for them to fire you from a job, it can affect a lot of things on their behalf. Conversion rate, this, that, and the third. Okay, they're gonna have to spend money to train another person, which they don't want to do. They rather withhold. You know what I mean? In which we're getting duped, especially here in most major cities where blacks and Latinos live. Right? Indian family too, in part. You know what I'm saying? So for her to feel away, I'm like, damn, just to get a toaster, just to, it's already cut, just drop it in. I was like, yo, I tell you, it's sad, man. It's sad, man. If that's how you gotta feel at a job, you shouldn't be working there. If you got to be in fear of losing your job that you wake up in the morning for, well, of course, brushing our teeth, those are normal things that we should do. We're not just doing it for the job's sake. However, you're getting up in the morning, you're getting prepared, you're going to the job to perform your duties and to be compensated for performing your duties in the best way you know how. But if you got to walk with that fear in your, and this is why I had a lot of problems at my jobs in the past. But if you got to feel that way, that's sad, man. Then you're not that valued, or perhaps you just don't value yourself. To be honest, so we really need there needs to be a lot of adjustments, and this is exactly why I could see that this thing is going to continue to go down the way that it is. And as far as the control of people that the government has for the for money and what money is doing. Um, there's it's gonna take. Look, man. you know, there's a lot of this world is sick, y'all. There's a lot of pride issues out there. I done ran into some people and it conjured up real quick, man. I could see how sensitive people are, this and the third. And I'm like, yo, for for this world to be going through like I have to say where I'm at. For all these pride issues that people are having and experiencing, where they bigging up the LGBT or it has been allowed, it just goes to show within itself that there's something covertly happening in which a lot of people are indeed docile. And we think we got each other back, but trust me, we don't like we think we do. Now we do in measure. In what kind of measure, which is dictated by what? More so, drop a line. But I could see it. If we get together and we let's say 2 families, 3 families, 4 families get together, and then for whatever reasons the government try to cut their funding because they went over, they doing this, they doing that, they going the right way, and they rebuke all sexual wickedness and deviances out there. They will be ostracized and whatnot, and they go up against the government. They'll be labeled what rebels and this and that because the government know how to get into the minds of people. I done seen the power of ignorance, meaning how those who don't know no better could be easily used, and which it's been happening for years and it's happening right now as we speak, as I speak, and you're listening. I see how young brothers and sisters is being used, old people too, because they done got senile. You know what I'm saying? They getting used too because they like, look, man, I'm damn near at wit's end. I just want to have a good time, so yeah, I'm gonna get used, and I feel for them, the young and the old. In fact, everybody who's dealing with that, man, and it's sad, man. So all this, I tell you, boy, I tell you, I guess I just have to continue to focus on me and stay genuine to myself, with myself, and whatever happens, happens. Feel me? Whatever happens, happens. Um, Now let me touch on my name. I think I'm gonna have to. In fact, I am toning down. I would have to say. I mean, I don't fluff my name, and I don't try to be out here or braggadocious or whatever. I don't do that. I'm very humble. However, I did use the the name title Ra, which is a sun god of ancient Kemet. And I think what happened is we all need something to believe in. right? And to inspire us and empower us, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, we need to do so uh, not just strategically, but more so humbly, in which we'll have to respect the real true gods, those who really put in a lot of work in righteousness' sake to do good for humanity. And I say that because I'm gonna drop the use of Ra when you see it in my Instagram, Leo Azir Ra. I'm dropping the Ra because as much as that may, and I don't feel no crazy way about it because it humbly came to me and I'm like, whoa, I may have the passion and the fire and the desire, but there's some things that I haven't accomplished yet. And I still have some more ways to go and things to learn and experience. So I have to say I'm humbly dropping that because you, those that came before me, especially of those times, they went through a lot to have in that name. Like El Haj Shabazz, Malcolm El Haj Shabazz, he went through a lot to get that. You know what I mean? To get that name. So yeah, now I'm gonna continue my studies. I'm gonna continue my walk in this life, and when that time comes, it'll be proclaimed. It'll be announced and declared, not by me, but respectfully by the gods and goddesses on the earth, the elders. So that's that as far as the name. And I would have to say, lastly, that I know that I have a lot to fix within myself to become more clean and really bring the body to a homeostasis level to where the body can function well. And this is how I know that there's a lot of things that's happening here, particularly in America, as to where the government has been experimenting on us for years upon years. And I think it was quite heinous. However, we had to change. We're living in changing times. The reason why I say that, I feel like it was quite heinous because I feel like there was a lot of things that happened through uh, so-called vaccinations that people have received, and just what have become an environmental, like, oh man, I tell you, look, I just want to know, how is it that a lot of our Jewish brothers and sisters, when you look into their eyes, man, they must be doing. This is how I know something's going on scientifically too, and with these doctors and what we're being dosed with, in addition to what we practice. Now, I'm not trying to conspire anything evil or heinous, but I just have a question as to how is it with their genetic disposition that they have such clear eyes? Because clear eyes is a good sign of health for those that know. The more open your eyes are, like so, the more life force you have in you, the more widened your eyes are and clear. No redness, no yellowness, signs of jaundice, and none of that. You feel me? Glaucoma, none of that. It's a good sign of health within the body. It may even also show a sign of intellect. And I see that in a lot of brothers and sisters, Jewish brothers and sisters' faces, in their eyes, in addition to reading their countenance as well. And I'm like, yo, how is that so? With so many of the black people who are genetically superior, got melanin and all this. Why? Also, in addition to myself, like, why I see all this yellow, this red, this chronic conditions, which come by way of what? Drug use, alcohol, malnutrition, malpractice, No priority, no prioritizing to get the body back to a homeostasis level, which may be a difficult thing. Is because why? And this is why it's so complex, because a lot of us have been injected with what since youth, and on top of that, we came up in the hood, and the hood is filled with what? Poor food. Then you got what? A lot of stress levels. People died over nonsense, got robbed, got shot, got stabbed, raped, molested. Things that could weigh down on your conscience heavy. Still being vaccinated every other generation or whatever for whatever cause. Look what just happened with the so-called COVID-19 and the coronavirus and all this. In addition to everything else that took place in the past to where we are today. So what's really going on, man? It's sad, man. So I question, like, yo, what is it that they're doing particularly? How is it that they have what they have? And trust me, I am not, man. I gotta love myself up some more because man, boy, I tell you, I'm so glad for having the quality of not trying to look at what other people got and feel any kind of way like, yo, I hurt them for having that. Nah, that's not in me. Not, it's not, man. I just be like, yo, I'm questioning things like, look at it. There's a lot of things that we can lay claim to, that we can factor in and say, okay, well, they do have some disciplinary practices that contributes to that, and the things that we can do too, and imply and exercise as well. But I question, as I've said in my quote, how come the most melanated are living so degenerated? I'm telling you, man, we need to have some kind of forum, platform, and start, just putting together some symposiums in every city where we reside, our brothers and sisters, and let's go ahead and really put things out there. Let the elders and those who are of middle age, like myself, lead this thing and really start getting factual. And let's get down to what we got to get down with until we raise up properly. What are we afraid of? Look, man, well, I'm at 38 minutes. These tests are getting bogus to me. In fact, I saw many of them miles out. Like, in other words, I see things coming, like, or the minute that it's there, boom. And I'm like, yo, it's corny, and in my head, like, I'm so past that, And I, like I said, I tell you, man, this world got a way of really draining you. It can drain you. Cause I felt like I lost hope, man, at one point. As I said, for anybody who's been following me, I prayed to meet these St. John's. You understand me? That's my last name, right? Inherited. I've been, in addition to other things I've been praying on, haven't received it yet. Paid for my tribal information through African ancestry. This was back in, I got those results in what, 2020? I believe it was late 2019 or 2020. Yeah, 2024. I've been praying on things that haven't been brought into the bosom of my tribe yet. What happened? What what is it I haven't done yet? What you gonna try to what can y'all try to articulate now, or try to, you know what's the reason? I believe that there's a lot of fear, not fear, but jealousy and envy. Those are other factors. As to where I stand, I tell you, and I can't stand that. I don't respect that. So I mean, things are gonna continue to to carry on and move on, and I hope for the best. I pray for the best, and just as patient as I continue to be, I give thanks to all of those out there who carry that particular trait, being patient, especially in regards of spiritual matters. For real. Oh man. Um. Yeah. That's everything is going to continue the way that it is until I make some advancements and a few changes, I guess. But I'm gonna tell y'all, if you ever think I'm gonna buckle down and be all, yo, man, go ahead and support that. Nah, it's okay. People are. Nah, that's not happening. It's not happening. I don't hate those people in those wicked movements. I already said it, but I guess people are becoming forgetful so quick for whatever reason or whatnot that I have to continue to let it be known. And I was still like, you know what? I think I gotta. I see. I see what the devil want. The devil want his and her piece of the pie. Meaning, come on, man, give me some action. Give me some action, then I'll let you. So I gotta go out there and argue with people, I guess, or try to get a little riled up sensibly as to be like, yeah, start a little drama, right? Because, that's, I guess, that's what a lot of people have been doing or believing. It has been seemingly working, yeah. Black America still ain't where it ought to be for all that shit we've done, y'all done in the past, to where we are today, especially as a collective. A lot of elders don't even know they goddamn tribe yet. They know the army unit they was in, but they lost a limb, huh? Came out, living in the hood, still don't know they tribe. Y'all really don't think it contributes to anything, man, right? Many of y'all, sad ass sight, I'm telling you. We had a lot of people who could talk pretty. We still don't got it going on. I get I'm not gonna lie, man. I get very irritated by a lot of these white brothers and sisters that I see because I could just read their energy, man. Like they caught up in playing these dumbass games, man. And I think in a way too that they being used too. They got a tough fight. I know with that spirit, and a lot of them have been bred into families coming up in a particular way that it's just hereditary that they do what they do to the point where it's kind of like it's automated now. It's like autonomous behavior, do 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 do, to kind of keep some kind of status quo and control over people. But a lot of things are shattering, and the more y'all stop being pussies out there for this money, watch how shit start to change. I said what I said already, man, but it's like I gotta keep saying it, especially for all y'all out there that swear y'all know the goddamn Bible. in the Quran, respectfully so. Until the remnant is removed from this earth and we all go back home to settle our differences and get right tribally, watch what take place in the world. Y'all may think I'm watching too much Avatar, but these cartoons and these animes is all written in the books. The truth is in front of us all day. Everything is self-evident, just that a lot of people can't see it. Matter of fact, they don't want to see it and they don't got time for a while because they got to get to that bag. Yeah, the body bag. Goddamn culture is dying. Still got sisters busting it wide open. Then they want to talk about they got hard financial strains. But you buying the best clothes out there, this, that, and the third. What kind of sense that make? Look, I'm gonna continue my studies. Whatever y'all want to talk about, drop a line. I gotta get up with some brothers, man. I gotta write some emails. And we gotta get the bit. We gotta get the work. We gotta get the work. They gotta be done, man. Um, I do confess I have to trust myself some more and give the benefit of the doubt and just know, move how I move and whenever I call how I feel around particular people, I'm moving on that and that's that. I don't care what anybody got to say. But I'm gonna reach out to some people. I'm gonna attempt and let's see where it goes. Where it don't even have to be publicized. It don't have to be made public. To be honest, because I respect confidentiality. So that's that. And I'm gonna start cutting the spirits of a lot of y'all people out there too. Time to let it be known, because a lot of y'all got some smart fucking mouths out there. Especially y'all LGBT people. I'm gonna cut y'all spirits bad. And we gonna take it from there, because I'm getting to know the law more and more. So if you think the law is on your side, because the cops wearing rainbow flags on their cars or whenever that Pride Month shit come around, you think the law is on your side? Where you may feel you want to get violent against me? You know, let's party up and see what time it is then. We gonna see who's really in the law. Huh? Yeah. Time to cut spirits, man, cause y'all I've been quiet. I've been withholding. That shit is dead. A lot of y'all gonna learn, man. And it's not trying to be no big dog. It's not trying to earn no stripes and stars so I could be the big honcho. It ain't about that. Cause y'all can't even see culture is dying. We're dying. For the love of what? Do you know your tribe? You reach out to them? It's sad that we don't even know what counselor to go to. Matter of fact, even if when you get your tribal information and you step to your counselor, see how they're gonna respond to you when you go there.
Yeah.
Huh? Mm-hmm.
What?
And we really about to see where this is gonna go. Or we all for each other, right? We gonna see. We gonna see. So wish you all the best out there. Stand by. More to come. Get right. Let's do what we gotta do. Peace, love, and light.